For the folks at home that want to get started into center pin fishing, first and foremost, where did it come from and how would they get started?
Float fishing kind of developed over in Europe. They fish the streams over there for different species. The float was developed that it would travel the same speed as the current, give you the most natural presentation when you're fishing. The center pin is just like a large rubber fire reel that has no type of drag in it whatsoever. It just will spin freely. When it hits the water, it'll just go the same speed as the current, so it's about as natural drift as you're going to get.
Now when you're rigging, I know you're not just putting one or two weights under that. It's a pretty elaborate weighting system to get the best drift. How do you do that?
All right, we start with your float. The floats are put on with these little caps. It's actually a tubing that you will put on your line first. That's how you will set your float on there. And then we will put on our shot, which are these small weights. They come in different sizes. Start with the heavier ones at the top, kind of get your pattern down. Then in the middle, we'll bow it out with a lot of the same size shot. So it gives you a
Nice
kind of a
scope,
gradual
drag.
turn, and then the end, a couple lighter ones, let it kick out. So when this is going through the water, you want to look at it like almost like a J pattern. So the way you rig a bead, you have a hole right through the middle. You're going to run your line right through that hole. Once that bead's on there, it can move up and down. Tie a hook on the bottom, use a toothpick, peg it. Now that bead will stay in place.
And how far do you like to be off the hook?
I do 2 fingers. You should hook them all around the lips.
right.
You rarely get a gill hook fish on a bead.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always right around the lips, maybe
Makes
in the
sense,
tongue.
coming on
So it always kind of cross faces.
Right.
The bead's here, hook gets them in the jaw every time. That's one of the nice things. So you're not, for catch and release fishermen, it's a great tool.
All right, so the river season runs roughly September to, I guess, May.
Can you take us through the progression of the run as it goes from salmon to steelhead?
Normally it's about middle of September, you have the salmon show up, and they'll be here till about the middle of October. The steelhead will start following in the salmon early to mid-October. And they'll kind of come in, follow, eat their eggs, but then once they're here, they'll stay all winter. They don't spawn till February till April. So that's where we're steelhead fishing from mid-October till early May. Once they get done spawning, they will turn around and head back towards the lake. The Salmon River being reservoir fed, so it's cool water. So they'll stay here until the water gets about 55 consistently, and then they'll finally push out. So they'll take their time leaving.
So it's a week before Christmas. It's been warmer than usual, which I would think would warm up the temperatures, but you said it's actually dropped them down. What's happened here on the river?
We had that big nor'easter come in, affected the whole Northeast. You know, we received probably 10 to 16 inches of snow around here, depending on where you are. Now, after that left, we've now had temperatures that haven't been below freezing in the last 4 days. Even though the air temperatures are warmer, you're getting all the snow runoff, which is now 32-degree water. It's actually ice water entering the river. You get into January, February, where that's what they're living in. It's the same temp. It's stable. Everything we do is about stability. Whether it's fishing out in the ocean for stripers, fishing out Lake Ontario for king salmon, stability is the key to catching fish in any fishery. Easy, easy, easy. Nice fish, Jimmy. Real fast, real fast, real fast. There we go, boys. I mean, this is a gorgeous fish.